let's just talk about super PACs now, because that's a new phenomenon, right?
For super PACs would be a new phenomenon. Yes and no. I mean, yes, yes and no. Yes.
Right.
I mean, what really happened was McCain-Feingold took large corporate contributions that were disclosed to political parties and just took them offline and took them out to these independent groups that are independent super PACs that are not coordinating with the campaign, whatever, outside. And so it's not really a new phenomenon.
527s, now you have super PACs.
Right.
There.
It was just a move. It's really a location of where they were and the degree to which they were utilized, and you utilized it.
Right.
So they existed as a legal entity before, but the amounts now are much bigger.
The amounts are much bigger, but they're also not controlled. They're not as controlled, right? So you know, in the old days you had the presidential campaign, and you had the political party, and once you were the nominee, you'd work together, right?
Right.
And we did this in 2000 and 2004. But when McCain-Feingold became law, you couldn't give corporate money to the national party anymore, and as a result, a lot of people created 527s. Super PACs were then the child
outgrowth
of that.
Yeah.
What's interesting about super PACs is this. When you look at it, when we talked about earlier, the degree to which President Obama outraised McCain, what happened in 12 from a historical standpoint is interesting, because if you actually look at this, in 12 the president raised $549 million in his campaign, and then between Obama victory and DNC, which is basically, these are the same things, he raised another
almost
$600 million.
Right.
Romney raised only $300 million in his campaign, but then raised almost $700 million. So the difference between the two of them ended up being only $100 million. The difference was President Obama didn't have any primary, so he got to beat the doo-doo out of Romney during the primary process, and so all the money that was raised for that process was used against his candidate, whereas this $300 million was used trying to win the nomination.
There's no doubt, though, that in that 12 race, there was obviously a ton of Republican money raised and conservative money raised on the super PAC side.
Yeah,
the Democratic
there was.
side, the president had a kind
It's about
of
the same.
schizophrenic.
It was about, if you look at the numbers, I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but I think they're very similar in terms of the final outcome.
Right.
So I don't, because I think
on the super PAC
on the
side.
super PAC side too.
Right. There was
I don't think there was a disparity.
terms of
I
general.
don't remember.
Right.
But what's interesting about this super PAC thing is super PAC now, whether you agree with them or not, basically does exactly what the law McCain-Feingold didn't want to happen, which was the corporate money being spent on behalf of federal candidates, which is it's like money. It's like water. Money will find a way into the system, just like water will find a way through the.
Except now you could argue, because of the fact that it's not controlled by the parties, it's actually more unaccountable than it was before.
It's completely unaccountable.
Right. I mean, it's like, before, at least you had some
Before,
way.
at least you could point to somebody and say, yeah, this is at least he or she is responsible for this.